These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Bruce via Wiser Now. The redemption centers will have a De La Rue machine to count and verify your currency. They'll offer you a contract rate, which is the per barrel price of oil that Iraq is selling their oil for. All right, Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report, Firefly. Iraq is talking about a big party they're having at the CBI for all the CBI employees who have worked so hard on the process and on the development of a new currency. They're celebrating along with the U.S. Treasury delegation here on a visit. Frank says, I will admit that's pretty cool. It's also a telltale sign. That's why the U.S. Treasury is there. Moving on to Militiaman says there isn't a reason for mentioning the minting metal coins if they're not going to be an exchange rate change in the very near future. The country has not used metal coins for about 20 plus years, and they took metal coins out of circulation back in 2003, 2004. If they're not going to be minting new coins or possibly have done so, there would be no need to focus or even mention at this point in time today. Metal and coins would not be needed. If they're going to change the value of the currency, they probably didn't need to have a focus in on it. All right, Claire has an article quote, the date for closing the platform is fixed. It will not change and will not be extended. The banks have been preparing since the beginning of this year when Governor Ali Alak announced his intention to close the platform. Quote, they have a fixed date, according to the article Saleh said, starting January 2nd, 2025, the Central Bank of Iraq will no longer directly sell foreign currency. In my opinion, this is the last foreign currency auction. All right, Jeff says this news about Iraq to end the dollar currency auction by the start of 2025 probably is not credible, accurate news. We won't know until January 2nd if they do or don't stop the currency auction. We will have to wait until January 2nd to see the credibility of this news. All right, Frank 26 says they are using the old lower notes to introduce the new lower notes to you Iraqi citizens. Mark Z via PDK says there was a lot of news coming out of Iraq overnight, 20 or so stories at least on ending the year, starting the new year, and the platforms. My takeaway is they're going to need my new value because of the new system. They've created this new system, and now is time to breathe life into it. In the coming days, without auctions, they're going to start operating like any other country with a standardized banking system. This is part of their white paper reforms, and we are about to see a huge step for Iraq. All right, Caparoni says about 5 months ago, the Central Bank of Iraq discussed ending the currency auction as we know them. This is a significant step, and several additional steps have also been made to move the banking system forward. 2025, things are changing. All right, Militiaman says they were talking about the issuance of money, and aren't we waiting for a new exchange rate? Yes, we are. I think that's the whole premise here. They're getting rid of the dollar auction. Now it's called the currency window. No wonder these guys in the street are nervous. All right, Frank 26 lastly says speaking to Iraq boots on the ground, Firefly, Iraq is international, so is your currency. So is your banking structure. Your new exchange rate will be the cherry on top of everything that Sadani has accomplished for you citizens. It will bring you purchasing power, security, and stability from the enemy that stole your money all these years, and it will be a very strong relationship with the United States of America.